I reviewed 46,750 different websites between January and February 2023. I do this every single month to figure out which sites are growing, which sites are declining, and then learn from that so I can apply them to my own site. In this video, I'm gonna review 4 sites that grew between January and February, 4 sites that declined between January and February, and then 3 sites that I just thought were really great sites that have a ton of traffic and haven't declined or grew for years. So I'm gonna jump into my screen and let's just get into it. Right here, you can see that we have the sites I'm gonna be reviewing. The first 3 here, again, are sites that are just great sites. The next 4 are growing, or sites that grew between January and February 2023. And then the last 4 are sites that declined. I do this every single month. I review a list of 46,000 different websites. And if you want the full report, consider joining blogaccelerator.com and we'll be launching this week. And you can jump into the waitlist right here. Or if it's already live when you're watching this video, that'll just redirect to join the community. Anyway, let's just jump into this. So I'll do the first 4 that grew, and then I'll do the ones that declined, and then just recap the great sites. So RVing Know-How was one that caught my eye in my review. Very generic blog template. It looks like it's built with Mediavine, their Trellis theme. And here's Trellis. So this is the theme that these guys use. And if you scroll down here and you click Stay Snatched, which is this person's blog. If you scroll through, you'll see that same like widget pops up. So that's how you know it's the same. Scrolling through here, I'm just gonna click into a couple of these articles and read the content. And then also I've pulled them up in Ahrefs, and you can see that they've grown since basically they started here, grown steadily. Usually when I see something like this, the first thing that I wanna do is just check the backlinks because they're only DR31. For them to grow that fast, it's interesting, just take a look at it. Usually what I do when I look at backlinks is I'll filter DR20 here and domain traffic 1,000. And the reason you want to do that is because you want to filter all the noise out. And this usually just presents the links that are actually probably giving the site value. And there's only 236 of those links, which is interesting. And again, if I go back to the overview here and see when they started growing. So they started growing nearly immediately, which is interesting because they probably started building links immediately for them to grow that fast. So I'm just gonna skim through and see if anything kind of catches my eye. So it looks like one of the first links they built was on Purdue.edu's blog as a comment. So it's a I know it's a comment because it says UGC here. So that's interesting. It looks like that was one of their first link building strategies. And they did that on, looks like another .edu website here, doing a more comment link building, which is really interesting. It looks like they did that more recently though. So let's keep looking through their links. Oh, here's another one. This is an image. It looks like, so links were removed here, potentially. I'm just gonna see if, yeah, I mean, it is on .edu, so I'm not sure if they got on that website and they just removed the image. I'm not sure, but let's keep looking. Here's another one, a .edu. So they clearly did some kind of .edu strategy or commenting on these websites. Another .edu here, UGC, looks like another comment. So that was it. Honestly, if I'm like taking one thing away from this, that was how they grew so fast in the beginning. They just did all this .edu comment link building, which is an interesting strategy. Not something I would like bank on, but it seems to have worked for these guys. So here's a good link, outdoorsy.com, blog, RV Blackwater Tank. This link has traffic. Looks like they're doing some kind of image link building. So super interesting. And if I'm skimming through the content, it's okay. I'm not like blown away by this content. I always like to check when I'm reviewing websites, the quality of their affiliate content. Cause like usually good websites, bad websites, good websites, and great websites, this is where you can see them separate. So let me show you some of that. So I'm gonna pull up their top pages here, and then what I'm gonna do is just go into keyword, I'm just gonna look for best. So they use best in the URL. So what I'm gonna do is URL contains best, and just kind of see what they have on those pages and see if anything pops out to me. So they have 68 best pages, which drive 40,000 traffic. Skimming through best SUVs, RV inverters, let's see. Yeah, it looks like generic affiliate content. Nothing, I'm not that impressed. It's like okay at best, but not that impressed. Honestly, I don't think this site will be around that long. I could be wrong, but there's just not a lot of value here outside of just being a generic affiliate site. They do have this VIP community, which I like. You want to send people back to your site. I'm pretty sure that is a positive ranking signal if you can do it, but this is what I'm seeing. So let's go back to my screen here. We're gonna do Tech Gear Lab here. I've already pulled them up on Ahrefs, and let's see what they have. So they started back in 2017, and they've had a nice run up here. I pulled them up earlier, and if you go to their homepage, they have a lot of best content. This is usually a red flag to me, because if you're so blatantly obvious blog, like affiliate blog, it's just like, it's like, okay, what else are they doing that's not best practice. And this to me is not great. So I'm gonna click into a few of these and just see, okay, so like straight away, you can see how they're differentiating. So they're not just a generic affiliate site. They have their own badges here. They have star ratings. They have these bars here that look like built into the theme. So really high quality, and you can even see they have these criteria. So this is actually a really great model for doing affiliate right, and it looks like Google is rewarding them for that. So that's, in my opinion, why this site is succeeding. I mean, their backlinks aren't anything special. If you pop in here, I'll just do a quick check of their backlinks. Let's see. So I'm gonna do DR20 again, domain traffic 1,000, just to see what their backlinks look like and let that run. I'm gonna do all time for links, and I'll filter by DR here. All right, so they got some Wikipedia links. That's always a positive. They have a link from intel.com. That's pretty good. And it's not that old, so that's pretty good. I mean, it's like 1 to 2 years old. That's really good. I mean, their links are pretty good. Yeah, I mean, overall, the site is just doing everything right. I'm a little bit worried about how aggressive they are on their homepage. I would like to see a better homepage. I think they should take notes from like Rtings or ratings or however you want to say this site. This is one of my favorite affiliate sites. And you can see that if you go to their like TV review section and just go like best TVs, you can see they have a similar like setup here with these ratings. Their methodologies are really in depth. And if you scroll all the way to the bottom, you can see like all these charts and things, and it's just really engaging and very different from a generic affiliate site. So this is Tech Gear Lab is sort of striking me as that kind of site. So let's check out Drink Stack next. Now this site, I opened it up earlier, and I, again, not super impressed with this site. Let me pull them up on Ahrefs here. So they had like a sort of a meteoric rise here. Now, anytime I see something like this, first off, like it looks like they had links over here. So it's looking like maybe an expired domain. So straight away, you can see that they built this site on top of an expired domain or potentially 301 redirect mergers. So gin vodka here is what they're using. They also have wine sir here. And if I keep scrolling, there might be even more. Let's see. 40-ounce wine. So you can see basically they bought maybe 3 different expired domains and they just merged them all together and they rebranded Drink Stack, and they're seeing growth because of it. There you go. That's how they're growing. So let's go back to our list here and let's do Wayward Home, the last of the sites that grew. I mean, straight away, come to a site like this and you just get the warm and fuzzies because like they're branding it really well. They have socials. They have a search bar that looks nice. They have free, like basically freebies here, downloadables. Clearly anybody in the van life niche would love this site. I mean, it's just got so many things to like. You get the featured articles here. I mean, just going to the recent articles. It looks like they take their own pictures, which is great. I mean, there's a lot to like about this site. If we go to the bottom, again, you got more downloadables. Let's go to their YouTube channel. Let's see if that's active, and it looks like it is 3 days ago. A lot to like about this site. Without even digging even more into it, I mean, we can pull it up in Ahrefs and just see, because you always got to see what the backlinks look like, right? I mean, there's a reason it's growing super fast, because clearly they're investing in quality content, and didn't have like that meteoric rise that we just saw from Drink Stack, but you can see they started out here, grew a bunch, declined. Not sure about this decline, but it sort of kept at it, and then now they're seeing the growth. And it does look like they probably started building links a bit more in the 2021 area. Let me actually just dig into that just for a second and show you what I can find from that. So we go back to backlinks. What I'm gonna do, again, DR20. So anytime I'm trying to do some research on like, oh, what backlinks were the links that created the growth? This is a way to do that. First, you wanna go to see when there's like this growth, and then usually go like the trailing 12 months, because the way I see it, links take about 6 to 12 months to pass their equity into the site. So what I'm gonna do is just come in here and we're gonna do new, and then we're gonna do custom. And then because Ahrefs is not United States based, they have a different layout here. But I'm gonna do 01, 1, and then we'll do 2021. And then down here, we'll do 31, 12, 1. So this will let me see the links that were built during that year. And if I skim top to bottom here, I can just see where the growth is coming from. So you got some Pinterest links in here. Let's see what else they got. Looks like they have a Teachable, which is always great. Looks like they built a link from iHeart.com, which is great. BuzzSumo, it looks like the link was removed, but still, it looks like they probably got credit for that link. Kayak.com, that's a great link. Looks like they probably built that link with Harrow. You know, Kristen owner, Wayward.com. Clean Technica, the Drive, according to, yeah, it looks like they were doing a bunch of Harrow link building here. So you can see, this is just how I do my research, and you can see they built a bunch of links, they got really quality links in 2021. Couple that with great quality content and a recipe for success. So let's look at some of the bad sites. So here's Pupvine. These sites are not necessarily bad, but they declined. So let's pull them up in Ahrefs as well. Let's see if we can figure out why they're probably declining. So straight away, I hate this header. I mean, why are they sticking so much stuff up here, right? Like, why don't they make like a nice header? Like, you know, like this, like a normal header. I don't love this image. It's just like, it looks like a stock image of a dog. I don't hate the search bar. I do like, kind of like that. About Us section, meet our team. Don't like the ad, interstitial there. This looks pretty good. I mean, their about page looks pretty good. So definitely don't hear them there. But you see like up here, this is also a Mediavine site. So you see, just because they're using a Mediavine site doesn't necessarily mean they're gonna make a lot of money, right? I think some people get hung up on that. It's like, oh, do I have to use that theme? No, you don't have to, because there's gonna be good examples and bad examples. But I mean, this is a pretty good about page. So I'm not gonna fault them for a bad about page. Let's see what else they got. So I love this section. I mean, this is a pretty good, like a hub section, right? It's linking out to different hubs on the site. So this is, you know, a good thing. Looks like they have another hub here. So they have a hub to hub. So we'll go to Rottweiler. Okay, now I'm in the Rottweiler section of the site. If I go here, I'm finally at a post. So you got the about on the side here, like that. This is about Rottweiler tail docking. I don't love that this is not specific to Rottweiler here. So that's something just to keep an eye on. Like this isn't even talking about Rottweilers actually, now I'm reading this. So now they're getting into Rottweiler. I mean, this looks like pretty good content, just skimming through it. I mean, it's pretty long. I like the internal linking. I mean, this is a long article. Let's pull them up in here. Yeah, they had a pretty quick rise, actually. They grew a lot, and then they just kind of fell. So this is actually making me think maybe it's a link building thing. I mean, that's a lot of traffic for a DR41 site. Google may have just been giving them a lot more traffic than they should have gotten, because they probably surged on link building really fast and then they just slowed down. So link velocity could play into effect here. If they grew a bunch, like added a bunch of links and then just didn't keep up the pace, that could be what's happening here. Hard to say. Like, cause reading through that content, it looks pretty good. Mental Floss, that is on my blacklist. Rover is a good link. Let me do my filter real quick. So 181 links. Odyssey Online, this is a bad link. I know this is a blacklist link. Good Men Project, that's another bad blacklist link. Dog's Best Life, that's blacklist, I believe. One second, hold on. So I have the blacklist up here. Let's see if Dog's Best Life. Yeah, Dog's Best Life is on the blacklist. So it does look like maybe they were deciding to buy links if I'm like looking at this. Let's keep going. I mean, they have a lot of niche links, which I love. Yeah, I mean, overall, there's a few bad links in here. I don't know to what the percentage is, but I mean, they were getting a lot of traffic. And I don't know if they've landed where they're gonna land yet. Looks like they may be stabilizing around 192K, which is still a lot of traffic. Let's just go back to the overview and we'll go to the next site in here in a second. So let's go 6 months. It does look like they started stabilizing here. Some of those bad backlinks may have had something to do with this decline. Google gave them credit for those and then took it away, possibly. That's still a lot of traffic. I think overall the site is still in good shape. Definitely a big decline, but nothing too crazy going on here. I think it's just coming back down to earth, right? Probably where it should have been ranking instead of Google gave it a lot of credit. Let's look at RX Mechanic next. So RX Mechanic is one site that I've had my eye on. Again, another Mediavine site you can see here. You know, they have a lot of content, 192 pages here. It's a lot. They got welding. So let's pull them up on Ahrefs here. Okay, so they were peaking around 759. Again, for a DR40 site, that's a lot of traffic, and now they're down to 144. It does look like they may have stabilized. Yeah, they had this meteoric rise. I see this all the time with sites. Like they'll grow, keep growing, and then they just fall off a cliff. It's hard to say what this phenomenon is happening. I just think Google's taking away equity from some of these backlinks. Let's look, again, the first thing I have to look at is the backlinks. So let's see what that gives us. So we have 357 links with these criteria. If I skim through, let's see what I find. I like this link, nationwide.com. That's a great link. No traffic though. You definitely want to see your links have traffic, keywords. Like this WikiHow has 178 keywords, some traffic. Love to see that. It's a little annoying when you have all these links, but none of them have traffic. Newsbreak, I know that's a blacklist link, but probably not an issue. House Digest, that's a blacklist link. It does have traffic though. I mean, nothing is like screaming at me that's like wrong. Let me check the linked domains. So if I go to linked domains right here, I just want to see what websites this website is linking to. And it's only 400. That's pretty good. I'm just going to check like CBD and just see if it's linking out to any CBD websites. No, of course not. and maybe casino. I always like to see if websites are just practicing like poor linking practices or selling links, and that's usually a way to do it. I don't see anything that looks suspicious there. Let me go back. They have a lot of content. So it looks like they're down 144K. Again, it does look like they've stabilized here. If I look at some of their articles, Sparkplug, yeah, category engine Sparkplug. I mean, it's got some site architecture here. It's hard to say. I mean, I think they were just outperforming their DR. Anytime I see a site with a DR of like sub 60 with that much traffic, even sub 70 with that much traffic, I'm like, it's only a matter of time until it declines. And kind of what I'm thinking is that it just came back to where it should be. It's more of a correction than like a penalty, because like this content's not terrible. Although I don't love this authorship. I mean, he technically is a certified mechanic, but is he though? Like, does he have any credentials that he can back that up? I would have liked a link to the about page here. Let's see their about page. Don't see an about page. There it is. Here's their about page is pretty bad. I mean, if you go back to these guys and you go to their about page, I mean, like, it's like night and day. I mean, not even close. Like, look at this about page. This is a great about page. So I would definitely improve their about page. I mean, and they have a lot of content. I would probably cull some of that content. I doubt it's all doing super well from a ranking perspective, so I probably deleted that. So that's like my take on RX Mechanic. Let's go on to AutoChimps. So AutoChimps, this looks like a generic blog template. Not a lot going on here. They have a lot of content on here. So let's pull up them in Ahrefs. Yeah, big decline, 300K down to 62K. A lot of traffic lost here. Let's open up this page. Just skimming through it. I mean, it's an okay article. It's answering the query, no doubt. But if we Google this, I do like the breadcrumbs, so that's good. So CarBrain is ranked #1. Let's see what they're doing. I mean, this looks maybe a bit better. It's a little bit easier to read. And it answers the query, maybe less words. Let's see how Jerry's doing. I mean, it's commensurate. It's not like that much worse, but it's just not doing super well. Now, if I pull them up in their backlinks, again, I do this for every site. Straight away, it looks like Find My Car Smarter, with a terrible name, but it looks like they built this site on top of that. Oh, it looks like they have multiple. Okay, so this is starting to climate cars. Yeah, so it looks like they did an expired domain build here. This is always the concern I would have with this type of approach. It looks like they did that, and potentially the links that were inherited, the equity, is not passing anymore. And that's probably honestly what's happening here. I don't see a lot of new links that aren't redirects. Looks like a lot of their good links are redirected. So it feels like to me, this is what's happening. Motor Biscuit, Carzing, carinsurance.com. That's probably a good one. Looks like a ping back though. I mean, this is what it looks like is happening. So if you go back to Overview 2.0, I mean, this is definitely what's happening here. It looks like they just lost that credit. Always a risk with expired domains. Tread carefully. And then DR44 for this much traffic, again, also not something I'd expect to be around for a while. The last site I want to review here before we get into the really great sites, 10Scopes. So 10Scopes is sort of renowned around the internet marketing community. They were sold for a bunch of money, and then they were like, there was a whole story behind this site. I think looks like they really had a run up here in August 22, and then just have fallen. Again, DR33. Anytime a site gets that much traffic, DR33, I'm just like, what is happening? It's like, it's gonna come down. So let's look at their backlinks, because I mean, if you go to their pages, they have 2,300 pages. Almost looks like they turned it into an AI site. What is this? Is Better Discord safe to use? I mean, anytime somebody has 2,000 pages, it suggests to me that possible AI content, possible programmatic content. Let's see their links. Skimming through their links. I mean, they look okay. I mean, I'm not like, some of these look all right. A lot of forum links. We have a link from Notion, which was removed. HubSpot, it's a good link. It's got some traffic, one traffic, a lot of forum links. Looks like that's been their strategy. .gov link, which is interesting. Yeah, it looks like just web spam though. I mean, they don't really have any links. I mean, their links are very thin. Yeah, I'm not seeing much in the way of link building here. This is a very thin link profile, not one that I would ever even consider buying. Like if I had this site and I was doing 200K of traffic or whatever it was, 600, 300, like this makes sense to me. I mean, they had a run up here and the 2,000 pages of content, like it's just, something doesn't add up. Like, is Roblox down? Like that's the kind of articles they're writing. What is this? Yeah, it just looks like they're just trying to spin up a bunch of content, and Google gave them some credit and then took it away. I mean, that's what I'm seeing here. All right, let me show you some of these other sites. that I really liked when I was going through this analysis, powerliftingtechnique.com. This site has been around for a while and they're doing it right. I mean, DR48 still relatively low, but if you go to their site, I mean, this is a great example of a site that's using SEO and blogging to grow their business, not just an affiliate site. Because if you go up here, you can click this and this is how this guy makes money. So if I click on this, I can join this, I can sign up to his program, join the team, whatever that means, pay this guy. And that's how he makes money. So all of his articles kind of push to that. So if I go to one of these random articles, I mean, just look at this. This is really high quality content. It's first party, he took his own pictures and then look at that. In links to his program in the content, and you can book a call here, which is great. I mean, just a really great example of a site using blogging to grow his business. Again, the imagery is really just high quality. And obviously he's writing this himself, clearly an expert. Here we go. Look at this, PT, DPT. Clearly somebody understands what they're talking about. If we go to the about page, and it's him, he's the guy behind the site. So really great example of a high quality site, not the flashiest theme or website, but he's got links to his hub pages, which all makes sense, helps Google understand the way the site's architected. High quality content. Some of them are stock images, but some of them are his images. I would probably get rid of this. I don't think he needs that. His internal linking looks really good. Just a really great example of a site that is just well put together, run by a guy who knows what he's talking about. If I go to his backlinks, it's probably the same story. Let me pull up his backlinks. So we're gonna filter again, DR20. All right, so you can see he's got links from Wikipedia here. Straight away, that's a great link. What else he got in here? MDPI, I don't know what that is. Inverse, what else we got in here? T-Nation, this is just forums. Got a link from Barbend. This is the best you can, this is a great link right here. Boss Hunting, fitbod.me, Kettlebell Kings, JTS Strength. So, his backlink profile is not blowing me away. There's a couple of links in here from my blacklist, like Florida Independent, House Digest, but there's a couple of really strong ones in here. Barbend is in here. Obviously, the Wikipedia link is really powerful, and I think that's definitely keeping him going here. 560, that's a lot. I don't know if his DR can hold this kind of traffic for a long time. I'm just curious, where is that traffic coming from? So this one page is driving 20,000 best gyms with pools. Let's see that article. So he's got his own thumbnail here. He's answering the query, no doubt. Again, he's got his own image. I'm a big advocate of your own imagery. You can make something like this in Canva in 2 seconds. He's got links to his real reviews. It's just good SEO. At the end of the day, it's just good SEO. All right, enough of this one. Let's move on to Zing Instruments. So, I love the intro. Actually, I don't love it. It's okay. It is branded. Color palette matches. There's no call to action. I would have liked to see a call to action here. There is videos here. Honestly though, I'm reviewing this. I'm just skimming it, but this content seemed okay. Let me actually pull them up in Ahrefs here. Looks like they've been around for a while, and they only recently have seen a nice uptick. Let's go to their backlinks. So they have 700 pages. There's not that many. Let's again, DR20, main traffic 1,000. All right, skimming through here. Let's see what I'm seeing. Entrepreneur, that's a good one. Looks like they got an infographic or something. iHeart, Audible, Porch.com link, All About Jazz, take that one. TuneCore, take lessons, Premier Guitar. The link's pretty good here. Nothing is striking me as like any bad links. It just looks like a decent link backlink profile. Nothing is crazy. their content is okay. I'm not blown away. Let me check if they have any best content. They have 160 best pages. Let's see if they have a lot of best X songs, which is interesting because that's how they're not really doing any product reviews. Just lots of songs. So if I go to guitar, play, best apps, the anatomy, beginner. This is a pretty good hub page. I'll give them that because all their guitar stuff is one page. It's easier for Google to understand the relevance and relationships. So I give them that. They have their pedals here. Okay, here you go. Here's your best articles. I don't know why those images are missing. Yeah, I'm not that impressed with this. This is generic affiliate site stuff. Yeah, I'm not that impressed with this. So, honestly, I did pull them out as a great site and they've been around for a while. I'm kind of taking that back. They're not that great. A lot of their traffic is coming from these song articles. Songs about. That's where their traffic is really coming from. I don't think this site makes that much money. So I'm gonna actually take them out of the great site category and give them a gray box because they're not that great. GolfSpan. So the last site I want to review is GolfSpan. So here you can see their homepage and it's loading and they have Looks like they're using maybe Elementor here. So something's up with their loadings, their homepage, where they have this extra space. I like the fact, I put them in the great category because when I was reviewing the site, I really liked, they've been around for a while and they've had ups and downs and they've had a nice surge up and they've been around for a while. And if you go to their best clubs, like I like that they have a branded thumbnail. Honestly, this is not that great either. I found them in here, and when I was doing my research, they had just been around for a while. Like I'm looking through this, and this is not that great. I mean, honestly, like they have ads in between the content. Like if I'm the owner of this site, I'm actually kind of worried that I'm gonna lose this traffic because it's just, this experience is not that great. They have a course. I literally hate these interstitials. Stop doing them, people. This is courses. Okay, got it. All right. If I go back to backlinks, let's see. Again, last time. All right, let's see what they got going on. They have a link. It looks like they have a Wikipedia link. That's, I'm sure, helping them. They have a link from NASA. Golf ball on the moon. I wonder if this is still active. No, it looks like it was removed. It's like maybe that link was removed here. They do have a link from ESPN. Let's see that one. Yeah, right here. Interesting. That's, I'm sure, helping them. Not sure how they built it though. It's on it looks like a really old page. Thursday, August 23rd. I mean, I wonder if this was an expired domain. It makes me think that they probably bought this as an expired domain and just built on top of it, because it's pretty old. ESPN, yeah, this looks like an expired domain situation here. X Golf, they also have this. Looks like they merged a site into it. A lot of those examples, huh? Starter Story, US Open, yeah, Mex Golf. So this site was clearly built with an expired domain, or multiple of them, honestly. And that's what they've been doing. Now that's working. So, and honestly, I honestly don't like their site. I think it's a matter of time before this site gets dinged. It just looks like a generic affiliate site with like okay content, not great UX, lots of ads. So I'm actually gonna make that one gray as well. So this is not a good example of a site. Sorry I did that. Anyway, that's all I got for you in today's video. I know this was a longer one, but I wanted to review a bunch of sites, sort of real time, show you how I look at them. And if you have any comments, drop them down below. If you think I missed anything, if you agree with sort of my analysis on some of these things, let me know. If you like this kind of content, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you in the next video.